Hi, my name is Alex Anders, and this is the Bisexual Romance Author Vlog. Well, hello there. It's been a while. It's been longer than I thought it was going to be, and it might have been a little shorter if not for the beard. Actually, that's not it. That's not the reason why I've been away. The reason why I've been away is because I said, well, maybe I should take some more time to finish my third book just so I could be in more financially stable ground. And that third book took a lot longer than I thought. But here's why I'm doing this video, because honestly, I'm making this video to practice because I'm going to get back to making videos, and I honestly have forgotten how. So I thought I'd make a quick video for you guys to say hello, check in, and then to kind of let you know what's going on. So here's what I'm going to talk about in the video. I'm going to talk about what I've been doing during quarantine life. I'm going to talk about the state of my career, since this is a bisexual romance author vlog. And then I'm going to talk about future plans. And I might talk about a controversial topic that's going on right now. So first, quarantine life. Quarantine life has been, honestly, as an author, has not been that different. Not in terms like on a daily basis, because I spent most of my time at home anyway. And the only time I went out was to go rock climbing and then to games night or hanging out with friends at a bar or something like that. But I hadn't even been doing that in the past few months. So basically, my current quarantine life is my past life without the rock climbing, without the Friday night game nights, and with less going to the grocery store less often. And you would think, well, then that's not so much of a change. At least I thought that's not so much for a change, so it shouldn't affect me so much. In the beginning, it didn't. It was just kind of like, oh, I really miss rock climbing. And then my whole thing started going downhill for me, like within like 2-3 weeks. Things started going downhill with me. And I realized that if I didn't nip this in the bud, things would go bad for me like long term. So I decided, okay, well, what is it I need right now? What I did was, first of all, I went to my friends and said, okay, we need to start FaceTiming. This isn't for you. This is for me. I need this. So my friends and I started FaceTiming more. I started playing more board games with my friends, in which case we FaceTime when we do that. So that's more FaceTiming. Then thirdly, I started using my VR goggles to feel like I was outside. There's a couple of channels that just do, like this, put a camera in a park, a VR camera in a park. And I just watched those videos and just sat there and just looked around and remembered how it's like to be outside in a park and be out standing next to the beach and all that stuff. And honestly, like the first day I did that, it just helped so much. It helped so much. So and I haven't even done it like in 2 weeks because I haven't needed it with all the FaceTiming. But after I started doing the VR stuff, I felt better the very next day. My dreams were better. And then with the FaceTiming stuff, I felt much better. So I've actually been doing fine with quarantine. The first time I went outside after quarantine and all the grocery stores had changed with the tapes on the ground and the plastic on the little conveyor belt thingy. The first time I saw that kind of freaked me out, and that made me really sort of paranoid. But since then, I've gotten used to it. So now quarantine life for me is, like everyone else, without, well, I guess with less rock climbing. I look forward to being able to go back. But in terms of, I'm not going crazy anymore. So, I'm hoping that you guys are having the same experience where you kind of mellowed into it and now things aren't as bad as they were when we first started this stuff. And hopefully we will, in a healthy way, be able to start interacting with other human beings soon. So that's quarantine life for me. Now the books. So, did I mention the beard? So the beard is my quarantine beard. This is not going to last. This is the most face hair I've ever had in my face in my life. Like literally, I've never had this much hair. And the way this all happened was, I don't really shave unless I leave my home. So I would shave Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays when I would go rock climbing. And then that would be it. But without rock climbing, no reason to shave. So initially I was just like, well, I don't care about life anymore. I've given up, so I'll just have a beard. And then I was like, oh, wait, my beard looks kind of good. And then I was like, oh, my God, my beard's so horrible. And then I trimmed and I was like, oh, okay, well, it's not so bad. But I'm not a beard dude. What do you think? I mean, I think it's fine. I'm not in love with it. I want it to be gone, and it will be gone soon. But I thought I should make a video at least to have a record of it, because I'll probably never have this much hair on my face again. So here it is, a video of that. Yeah. But that's why I have the beard, because I just stopped shaving because I didn't go outside anymore, and now it's like this. But I think before I make a real bisexual real talk video, it will be shaved. So that's quarantine life. Now, career-wise, I have to say things are tremendously better since the last time I spoke to you. The last time I spoke to you, I think I was saying that things were progressively getting better. Now it is like my month of April was an equivalent to a previous month. In fact, some days in April were record months for me in terms of sales. So like I had a really big day of sales multiple times. So I can say confidently that I think I'm back to where I was before Amazon deleted my account. And I think I'd done it before, like not to this level. I think I'm actually doing better than I was before. And mostly on outside of Amazon. Like I think my income, first of all, I discovered a new website to sell books on, to sell German books on, that I hadn't been selling on before, and that was just a huge boon for me. I had really great days over there. I make as much on that website as I do on Amazon for German books. And honestly, it shouldn't be surprised, because that is like in Germany, like in America, Amazon is king. But in Germany, Amazon and this other company are like neck and neck in terms of sales. And I got on that other site for my books that aren't exclusive to Amazon, and it really just increased my income by a healthy amount. So that's been really wonderful, discovering that website and then running advertisements for everything else. And now about 60% of my income comes from outside of Amazon, and I'm making what I made before Amazon deleted my account. So those are all like really, really good things, because it means that if Amazon pulls my account again, I only lose 40% of my income. And it also means that I only have 2 books in English. From on like Amazon, .com. So that means that once I start publishing other books, I will be making significantly more money. So this is all very good things. It speaks good things about what's going to happen in the future. So on top of that, as you guys know, last year I was constantly like trying to figure out why it is my books weren't doing well. They were in the 50,000 ranks, 100,000 ranks. I just couldn't understand it, because previously all my books were bestsellers, and suddenly these books were just doing so horribly. Well, good news again. First of all, I've released 3 books in the Times since the beginning of the year: Hurricane Laine, Burning Blaze, and Reckless Vandal. And whereas Hurricane Laine took 2.5 months to enter the Bisexual Romance Bestsellers list, and then Burning Blaze took they entered about the same time, like within a couple of weeks, like within a week or 2 of each other. So that one took 2.5 months. The other one took like a month and 3 weeks to get onto the bestsellers list. And then Reckless Vandal, my latest book that I only released like a week ago, that took 2 days. That took 2 days to get on the bestsellers, on the Bisexual Romance bestsellers list, and that's without advertisement directly towards that. So things have definitely changed. I had 1 day or 2 days last week where all 3 of my books were on the Bisexual Romance bestsellers list. Now, right now, they're really being charged by ads. I'm running Facebook ads, and that's really what seems to be driving it. But I think I might be able to work a way around that, because the reason why Reckless Vandal took me so long, it took me 7 weeks to write this book, was because in the middle of it, I was writing it, and then I got to a scene where the 2 male characters see the female protagonist on the beach, and she takes off her coverall, and then the guy whose POV it was being told through looks at her and said, and I didn't know what the character said. So then I had to think, well, why am I hesitating here? And I was like, oh, I think I'm hesitating here because I don't know whether or not the female character is a curvy girl or not. And I went, should she be a curvy girl? I should really check to see whether or not it makes a difference whether the character is a curvy girl or not. because all the books I wrote last year, at least 3 of them, didn't have curvy girls in it. They didn't do well. The one book I wrote that had a curvy girl was Her Best Bad Decision, and that one started to do well before Amazon deleted my account. So is it possible that the difference between when my books were doing well and when they're not doing well is whether or not the female protagonist is a curvy girl? So I decided to do some tests. I decided to run an ad that I had run before on a book that had a curvy girl in it. And the ad I ran did not call out that the female protagonist was a curvy girl. So I decided to run one ad, the original ad, which was calling her out as a quirky girl, and take the same ad, change only one word from quirky to curvy, and to see whether it makes a difference in terms of click-through. I did that, and it turns out that twice as many people clicked on the curvy girl ad than the quirky girl ad. So that meant that, yes, my readers really want the female protagonist to be curvy. So at that point, I went back and I rewrote the female character of Reckless Vandal to make her a curvy girl character, and finished it and released it. And within 2 days of releasing it, it made it the bestsellers list. And then I went back for Hurricane, Laine, and Reckless and Burning Blaze, and I changed the female protagonist in those stories to be curvy girls. And that just went live yesterday. So we'll see what the effect of making those characters curvy girls does to it as well. I'm thinking it's going to make it easier for it to be on the bestsellers list without me running ads, because clearly that's something that readers are looking for. So I'm very excited about that. And on top of that, just things have been good overall. I've had great days in terms of sales. Things have been going very well everywhere else. So now I am back to where I was before all this started, and I don't have a fear of Amazon deleting my account again, because I did not mix accounts this time. Only new books are on my account, so there's no reason for them to want to delete my account again. So I think I'm fine. I'm good. 60% of my income from outside of Amazon. They delete my account, I'll be fine. So I think now I'm back. I'm breathing again. Now it's just time for me to pay off all the debt that I got into as I was surviving my year of hell that lasted 18 months. So yeah, everything's good. So that means now I have to start thinking about moving forward and what my life is going to be like moving forward. So recently I was watching a video about Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you don't know who Maslow is, he's a person who said that we go after things in life like there's something was attributed to him, which is not from that he didn't come up with, but basically there's a pyramid. There are things that we need to survive, like a place to live, food to eat. And then once we have a stable source of that, we then look on, the next level of importance and the top level of importance. And the top level is self-actualization. And the video was talking about what self-actualization was. And I started thinking, the definition of self-actualization according to Maslow was the complete execution of our, let's say, higher self, of all of our skills and assets, and making the most out of that with our life. And I started thinking, well, what would that be for me? And honestly, I love being an author, and that's great, but being an author really isn't my highest purpose. What is the most fulfilling part, most fulfilling aspect, or most fulfilling thing I could do to make use of my skills and talents and all that stuff? I think that's making bisexual real talk videos, because I help a lot of people when I do that, and I help change the world. So I'm thinking that for me to be my best self, I have to be making bisexual real talk videos. So that means that I'm going to go back to making bisexual real talk videos. But the problem is that with all this time off, I really realized just how much time it takes. I mean, it really takes 2 days of my life to make bisexual real talk videos. And that's a lot. That is a lot of time. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is, now that I am no longer struggling just to make rent, or to have enough food to eat and crazy things like that, I think I'm going to shift my Patreon, all of the wonderful Patreon donations you guys give me, to paying for editing. Because really the thing that really eats up my time in terms of making bisexual real talk videos is the editing. And that's the stuff that really burns me out. I don't mind making videos. I can talk in front of a camera all the time, as you can see right here. I have no problem doing that. But the problem is that once I do that, then I have to sit in front of my computer and edit for hours. Like, even though some of my videos are super, like, there are no cuts. I do that on purpose to cut down editing time. But even so, I have to like find like my book images, and I have to find all the images for like the people I talk about. And it's just like a whole bunch of other work. And then once I do that, it all has to be processed. And then I have to like spit them out into different formats, and I have to do the audio. And it just takes me just hours upon hours. And if I can use the money I make from Patreon to find an editor, I will be able to make more videos because I won't have to commit so much time to it. And then I could use the time better to like either write books or do something else that actually makes me more money. So it's just a better use of my time. So I think that's what I'm be doing moving forward. I think I'm gonna have to find someone in another country because I don't make that much from Patreon yet, to be able to afford like an American editor. But I could probably find someone in India or somewhere else, somewhere where cost of living isn't quite as high, and then pay them to do the basics edits of my video and output like the audio for my podcast and stuff like that. So I think that's what I'm going to do. It's still going to take me a little while to come up with that sort of plan because I have to find someone and all that stuff. I have to teach them how to do it and all that stuff. But I think that's going to be my plan moving forward. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. That's what I've been doing. Oh, by the way, if you haven't checked it out yet, you should check out Hurricane Laine, Burning Blaze, and Reckless Vandal. They've been getting some really good reviews, especially Reckless Vandal. People seem to really love Reckless Vandal. I'm really grateful. I just wish I knew why. Like I feels like everything else of all the other books I went and re-edited the books to make them Curvy Girl books. I used it through a method. I edited it through a method of using like read aloud. It's something you could turn on Microsoft Word so that the computer just reads the book back to you. And let me tell you, I gotta say, I really like my books. Like, they're funny. Like, I laugh out loud so much when I listen to those books. I really enjoy those books. And Reckless Vandal was also very enjoyable, but I didn't see it being any more enjoyable than Hurricane Laine and Burning Blaze, but apparently people are liking even more. So if you are into reading those books, check them out. Of course, if you are a Patreon member, you could always request it through Patreon as your gift for the month or whatever else. But if you haven't yet, you should check them out. Of course, there's a link in the description below. But yeah, that's basically it. I know there was a topic that I was thinking about talking about. It's kind of controversial about the bisexual flag, but maybe I'll say that to another video. Maybe on this channel, maybe on the other one. I'll have to think about that. But I just want to make this one a quick video, which turned into be 17 minutes long, just to kind of give myself practice in making videos again and give myself an easy task so when I go to edit, just remember how to do all that stuff and to output it and just to say hello because it's been a while. So will I be doing that video next week? I'm not sure yet. I will go back to making videos on a regular basis on Bisexual Real Talk, and I can do it now because all of the stress of my life has finally been relieved, thank God. But yeah, that's it. And if there's anything you guys want me to talk about, mention in the description below. I know there's a couple of topics that I will be talking about, but what's important to you? What would you like me to talk about, either on this channel or on the next one? Please let me know. And until the next video, stay cooler, my bisexual and reader friends. Stay cooler. Stay safe. Wash your hands. And I hope things are going well for you. Until next time. Bye.